Well, hello, everyone, and thank you guys for joining us. And thank you, Ms. Nell from Strategic Value Plus, hosting this, and of course, one of the consortium members who's taking this thing by the helm. I'm just so excited to be supporting you guys in this particular initiative. Keep more. This is going to be great, right? This is going to be great because what we're doing is we're pulling together small businesses and we are combining capabilities and introducing those again, reintroducing those to the government agencies to share what small businesses are capable of. And so, Keith, if you want to just kind of kick it off with an overview and share with everyone the excitement that I see with the consortium.
Absolutely. Thanks, Miranda. And it is super exciting because we have a cadre, literally 4 companies that bring about a solid past performance, proven and in key areas in the government contracting space. So remember this, right? We at KDM built the consortium so that we can address 5 pillars, and that is the U.S. manufacturing gap in America. Our job is to make sure that we increase the number of U.S. manufacturers who enter into the government contracting space and the commercial space, working closely with prime contractors to ensure that primes have a solid, reliable, proven supply chain of suppliers and innovators at that. Looking for innovators and entrepreneurs, scaling them while we work with them, making sure that their capacities and their competencies are what the prime contractors need. What does that take? That takes a good, solid working relationship with prime contractors. Why? Because we have an defense industrial base who is in significant need of these reliable suppliers, and a nation that needs it to advance innovators who can actually commercialize their innovation. So I'm excited to partner with and Strategic Value Plus, better known as V Plus KDM. Nell at the helm as CEO. I've got to say, ladies and gentlemen, I've not met a person who has more diverse background from financing to technology to U.S. manufacturing as she does. So I'm going to let her share a little bit about her background and talk about the series that we've been hosting for the last month and a half on what? CMMC and in manufacturing. So why don't you take it from there now? We're so happy to partner with you all. Tell us a little bit about the company, what your experience is in that field, and Miranda, then you can follow up.
Okay. Of course, she kicks in. I will say that she is truly amazing. And I've known her for very long, but the short time that I've been able to work with her and see some of the work and the content that she puts out and what her company does, I think it's truly a value for the consortium and all the members who are looking to be a part of that. I think that they will find the same value in the consortium that I have with her. So go for it now.
All right, thank you. My gosh, such testimonial of here I've got. I'm very honored to be part of this group. And I'll tell you guys, we found each other because there is a need in this country to really strengthen our manufacturing base. For the last 30 years, we've relinquished this dominance in manufacturing over to other countries, and now we need to bring it back. The supply chain debacle with chips, for example, brought us to our knees and really helped us realize that we are far too dependent on other countries. We need to be more self-sustaining and stronger ourselves so that we can maintain and sustain this great country of ours. So the 3 of us and more, there are others of us who are not represented here tonight, have the same goal and the same purpose, and that is to strengthen America, create jobs, have a robust, strong economy, and that doesn't happen without a strong manufacturing base. So we have my background. I worked with large enterprise manufacturing companies, Northrop Grumman, Toyota, Belkin, a private company, and have worked as a consultant with Nike and others too. So I have been blessed by having worked in these different companies and having all the tools that helped us, those companies, become the enterprise companies that they are. But I thought there are so many smaller companies that need the same kind of benefits that could be far stronger and far better with tools. So a collection of my colleagues and I got together and decided to bring our technology to manufacturers, the small and medium-sized manufacturers who are in the $5 to the $500 million range, who are, have maybe 5 to 500 employees, but still they're in a middle area that's kind of underserved. So we thought we would bring our technology, our know-how, our business acumen, our Six Sigma, our lean, our quality, our digital twins, artificial intelligence, machine learning to them. So that's what we do. We help manufacturers become stronger with the tools that we can help them attain and acquire for themselves. The other big issue is now government, especially the Department of Defense, the Department of War, is requiring CMMC certification. So that was one of the reasons that we joined together, because CMMC can be a prohibitive requirement for some businesses. The cost of it, as was explained in a CMMC webinar that was just held this week, brought to the forefront how expensive CMMC requirements can be for our small and medium-sized enterprises. So Keith and group, others who are not here, got together, and Miranda's part of this team, are presenting a CMMC, a training cohort that will help manufacturers, businesses of all kinds who are required to have this certificate, the cybersecurity model, maturity model certificate by the Department of Defense. It's a requirement now to have and maintain any contract with those entities. So Keith and Miranda and others who are part of our consortium have gotten together. We're helping to make technology, compliance, quality accessible to our manufacturing base, but also to other businesses as well. So this month, we've held every week a CMMC webinar. Every presenter is in that space, does do either gap analysis, reconciliation, we haven't yet had an auditor, but we do have an auditor in our cohort who helps our manufacturing and our small businesses get that certification. We're going to continue providing education and support for our small businesses. Keith?
Listen, it's called democratizing CMMC, because now, this initiative, it's more than an initiative. Now it's law, has been in its formation for a good 2 years. And literally the first of those who have come on board are the large primes, because they are absolutely need to have their cyber manufacturing and large companies secure. And they have also the funding, generally, revenues, to be able to support those very lofty costs. Now, I would say, and it's so very important, ladies and gentlemen, that KDM is just serious in 2026 about creating a culture of partnerships and collaboration. So there is no stakeholder that I know of that's, some would say, worth their salt. I'd rather say true to wanting to build partnerships so that this country can advance forward, grow jobs, be globally secure, and also a great ally to the world by protecting America first. And so that is our mission, and our mission grows by the numbers of those organizations, nonprofit organizations, universities, and collaborations that will join our consortium. So we're at the beginning stage, the foundation of it. And we want us to launch our CMMC February 10th of 2026, just a couple weeks from now. So sign up. You'll be able to see at the bottom of the screen the email address. The information will be sent to you, and we make it very easy. We're excited as well because it was April 30th that KDM privatized what we were doing at MBDA as the nation's only federal procurement center with over 477 clients. We were responsible for helping them successfully engage and position their companies to grow in the federal sector. We will continue that. And that's what I'm excited about, our defense focus. We're focused on that. We know that these companies need to get certified if they're going to continue to work with the Department of War. And we want to expand. This is a budget that's available. But there's work to be done, and we're trying to do it on the front end of this year. And as we move along, we want to stay focused as well on the other component that's so important to this nation, and that's having our own ability to access minerals, critical minerals that will support, the production of aerospace industry, NASA, space industry, shipbuilding, as you mentioned, semiconductors. And so we're excited to be in that space. We also look forward to continuing our relationship with the NMSDC that has thanks to the Department of Treasury and a $100 million corporate capital readiness program that funded 44 agencies. We've been working with them. And they also have a corporate plus division, if you will, made up of huge, I would say large to huge, of the nation's largest companies. And they're also those large businesses who need those small businesses. So we're creating a community, if that's clear. And then opportunity zones is permanent in the new Big Beautiful Bill. Yes, it is. It was 10-year tax deferred program. We're going to invite and be able to effectively recruit, I would say, investors and developers who can work with federal agencies and, for example, the Department of Energy's 17 national labs. For example, farmers in terms of rural community, because those incentives from the bill, as well as the tax benefits associated, will give us a robust access to capital. And we look forward to making the match with the government agencies and these small, mid-sized businesses. So let's talk about small and mid-sized businesses for a minute, because, you know, we're lucky to have someone like Miranda Bouldin, CEO of LogiCore. Miranda, why don't you give the audience just a little bit of background on what your company does and how well you have done in the past with your performances. What's your biggest contract? We want to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Thank you, Keith. You're too kind. I appreciate that. LogiCore, you know, we've been around since for about 20 years now, working in support of the Department of War, formerly known as the Department of Defense. And we've primarily been focused on Army logistics, and we've been a logistics prime for the Army Contracting Command out of Huntsville, Alabama, since 2009, holding that BPA. And so we've won several multi-year contracts in support of the Army, supporting aviation and missile support systems. So on a logistics scale, our work is grounded in warfighter support. And so we ensure that that warfighter has exactly what he needs in time of war. And so we're supporting things like the technical data, the sustainment and the processes and the operational items that help make sure that when there is a war, then we are prepared. And so in peacetime, we are preparing for that. And so we work a lot in support of that planning, supply and sustainment of those weapon systems, and making sure that our guys are operational in those environments. And so what we bring to the consortium are teaming opportunities. And so our experience allows small businesses to be able to work with us and for us to utilize them when we find and identify opportunities. And so where there's that synergy, then we can go after those opportunities. And so we are looking for small businesses who align with some of those areas, such as logistics, like I said, systems engineering, software engineering, and also cybersecurity. And so those are areas which we have experience. We will loan that experience to our small businesses who have capabilities but can't quite get in the door, because I firmly believe that a lot of door opening opportunities come through alignment and through partnerships and relationships. And so that's exactly what we want to do in this consortium, is to identify those companies with those capabilities and who want to get into those spaces and develop those relationships so that we can win work. And so I'm just excited to be a part of it. And the other thing is opportunity alignment. And that's one of the things we do as a company, is to help other companies to identify those opportunities that directly align with your capabilities. And so with that, we can produce executive reports that kind of help you with understanding the landscape, to understanding the pricing strategy, and just understanding the customer as a whole so that you can bid better. Okay. And so we're excited to be a part of it and looking forward to seeing where we can all grow together.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is not by any happen chance. It's very intentional to be able to package a comprehensive array of support services, technical assistance, capacity building, research inside of you getting your CMMC. It's a incredible and invaluable package that we've made almost too good to be true because we're true. We're true to the mission. We're true to what we do. We've been doing it too long. At least KDM has been around 25 years. This is our silver anniversary, and we want to bring out our best and our most. We feel like we're a little bit on the wisdom side of life when it comes to government contracting, and we just want to impart that. And we appreciate all of the support and the awards and the accomplishments that our clients have achieved, and has therefore allowed us to feel good about the work that we're doing. So the last part of what I want to make sure that the audience understands is that as we offer CMMC, as we offer all these support services, and with a significant focus on U.S. manufacturers, we are also giving you podcasts. We're giving you the conferences at the American Defense Alliance. So we'll be in Austin, Texas, in the Aerospace Technology Procurement Conference, and then the Navy, and that's in Austin, Texas, May 2nd to the 5th, I think it's 3rd to the 5th. And also once again, we'll be back in Norfolk for the Navy conference, where we had over 500 people there, clients, contractors, and we had our open government media there taking not just photos, but capturing conversations that are relevant today. And we look forward to doing the same again in a most robust way with this consortium. I'm so excited. And I think for those of you who are listening, you should be too, especially if you're looking to grow your company in the federal sector. We will be also doing some state work too, thanks to new partnerships. And so thank you guys very much for this time of sharing.